Oh, welcome to Patrick's motor vlog. Better than watching paint dry. Paint dry!
So I thought maybe we should talk a bit about modifying your bike. Is it really worth it? This bike, I haven't modified it at all yet, but the previous owner did. So it has a lot of things done to it. Like, for instance, I have the Kawasaki original windscreens, crash pucks. I don't know if it's called that in English, but that's what I'm going to call them. You probably know what I mean. It also has the seat cowl, the plastic cover over the passenger seat. Besides that, it has from Rizoma the bar, the black one here, also the grips, nobody coming, and the mirrors. So those are just some styling features. I personally think the crash pucks are a really good idea. I mean, if you have a real hard crash, then you're gonna have to use your insurance anyway, so then it probably doesn't matter. But for something small, like just tipping it over while you're stationary or something like that, then it's probably a really good idea to have the crash pucks, because you can save yourself a lot of money. Otherwise than that, well, I don't think the other modifications are necessary, to be honest, but they do look good. The only thing I would say is I don't really think that the Rizoma things, I mean, they are really good looking, it's a really nice design, but they do cost a lot of money, and I don't really feel that they're worth it. For instance, I think these mirrors are something like 150 euros or something like that, which is a lot of money, and for just a couple of mirrors. And a buddy of mine, when we talked about them, he just did a fast search on eBay and found exactly the same mirrors for like 20 euros. So, and I know it's you shouldn't buy things like that really, because they've just stolen the design from Rizoma, and you stay there. But it does look good to have something besides the original mirrors, at least. Also, I would say that the rear license plate holder is something you really need to exchange. I mean, they just look horrible, the ones you get standard. It looks like you have a great plastic moose head on the back of your bike. Who the hell wants that? And a new one isn't very expensive, even if you buy the Rizoma original. So yeah, that's also a must-have, in my opinion. But besides this, we're getting into the more performance-based modifications you can do. On this bike, thank you, I have the full exhaust from Krapovic, as I have told you before. The previous owner didn't put it on a rolling road to have it optimized for this, which, according to most people, will make it run a bit lean, which could overheat the valves. So he said that he had checked with a workshop, and they said that it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I don't really buy it. So I booked a time to get it sorted, so to have it on a rolling road and get it optimized, which is quite expensive. I mean, the exhaust to start with was something like 1500 euros, really expensive. I mean, it's much cheaper if you just get a slip-on, but and then you don't really need to optimize this. But if you put on a full exhaust, then I would say that you do need to do something to the ECU, put on a power commander and put it on a rolling road to get it mapped. In my case, getting it mapped on a rolling road is going to cost almost 1,000 euros. So I mean, that's also a big cost. But what else could I do? I mean, the option for me really was to go back to the original exhaust and have this one lying in my storage room, and that's not really an option according to me. I mean, it's too expensive and it sounds too good to just have lying around. So if you're sitting there with a bike and thinking, would it be worth it to buy a full exhaust and have it optimized? Well, in my case it would have cost around 2,500 euros. It's going to give in the end maybe somewhere around 10-15 horsepower. Is that worth it to you? It's not to me, to be honest, but now when I only have to pay half of it because the previous owner paid the other half, then it's okay with me. But if it was me who started out with a new bike, then I probably just would have gone for the slip-ons to get the better sound. Now when people are exchanging their exhaust and putting it on a rolling road, they quite often also choose to exchange the air filter. Now you might ask, is that worth it? And I would say no. I mean, if you have a modern bike, something like this, a pretty sporty bike, then the air filter you get with it is good enough, I would say. And the only upside of one of those sporty air filters is that it's washable, so you don't have to buy new ones every year. But that's the only point, really. You don't need to exchange it otherwise. God damn it. Roadworks everywhere, so I have to whirl around, and I'm already confused. But anyways, if you think that it's worth the money to get maybe 10 horses, then by all means do it. I should, however, warn you that I spoke to the guy who's going to do the optimization on the rolling road, and he said that on super sport bikes they pretty much don't get anything from putting on exhausts and mapping them. He said that they're lucky to get 2-3 horsepower. So if you have a super sports bike, then you're just doing it for the sound. If it's worth maybe 1,000-1,500 euros to you, well, do it then. But just for a sound, I don't know. But then again, if you just put on a slip-on, most often you don't need to map it. So just if you have a super sport bike, just put on a slip-on and drive it. I think that's probably good enough. At the moment I actually know where I am, because up here one of my friends live, but pretty soon I won't really have a clue. But it's okay. Usually if I drive long enough I will see something that I recognize and can get myself home. It's probably gonna be fine, just fine. Fine, yes fine, fine, yes fine. That was a South Park reference, don't judge me. I'm following the Volvo. I think he knows where he's going. At the moment I'm not recognizing anything. I know where I am! Haha! Look at this! I came through here at the beginning of the video. Maybe you didn't see that, I don't know how I cut this.
Oh, thanks for watching my vlog. Don't forget to subscribe.